All right, this is my audience. Oh yeah. All right, today I'm going to be giving my speech on how church attendance in America has changed over time. So I want you to picture 3 different Sunday mornings. One family is rushing to get dressed, grab coffee, and make it to church on time. Another person is watching church online while eating breakfast. And another person, Sunday has nothing to do with church. They might be working at the hospital. They might be hanging out at the mall, going to see a movie. Never know. All 3 of these are totally normal in America today. Church has not disappeared, but its role, it's changed. For some it's weekly, for some it's occasional, for some it's no longer part of life at all. Church attendance in America has changed because regular attendance is less common, more people are disconnected from organized religion, and technology has changed how people participate. First, we need to understand how church used to fit into American life compared to today. Church attendance is not a major weekly habit for many Americans anymore. Church used to be part of the weekly routine for almost all Christians and just people who study religion in America. For many families, church was just like what you did on Sunday. Samantha Barrett, a longtime youth minister, said that in the 1990s, most families who identified as Christian went to church most weeks. She also said that school activities and youth sports usually were not scheduled on Sundays. Church was not only a religious thing either. It was also community, family tradition, and a place to connect with others. Today, though, that routine is not as automatic. According to Jonathan Abamonte from the Heritage Foundation, weekly religious service attendance has declined over the last 50 years. In 1975, about 35% of Americans attended church weekly. Now, by 2025, that number has dropped to about 22%. Some people still go every week. Others only go on Christmas, Easter, weddings, big family events. Some grew up going but stopped once they moved out or went to college or started creating their own beliefs. But the bigger point is that church is no longer built into the weekly schedule for as many people as it once was. But church attendance is not only about schedules or about who can make it when or when church is scheduled. It's also about how connected people feel to religion itself. Church attendance has changed because more Americans are disconnected from organized religion. More people do not identify with a specific religion. According to PRRI, the religiously unaffiliated are the only major religious group that has grown in recent years. About 1/4 of Americans identified as religiously unaffiliated in 2023. And this can include atheists, agnostics, or people who say nothing in particular, like they just don't really believe in anything. People leave people leave religion for various different reasons. One of the most common reasons, though, is that they just stop believing in the teachings in general. Others include negative experience, scandals with pastors, mental health, or just feeling that church has become too political. This matters because people are more likely to attend church when they feel connected to the faith, to the congregation, and also the community that attends. Even with these changes, it is too simple to say that church attendance is just disappearing. In some ways, it's also changing. Church participation looks different today because people have more ways to engage. In-person church still matters, and Pew Research Center's 2025 Religious Landscape Study says about 1/4 of U.S. adults still attend religious services at least once a month in person. So in-person worship is still important to many Americans, and it can still provide that community routine and worship that many people are still looking for. But online services have changed participation a lot. Pew also found that some Americans now watch religious services online or on TV, and this became very common and very popular during the COVID-19 pandemic, whenever many churches were forced to switch because they couldn't have anybody in their buildings by regulations and sanctions put on them. Online church can help people who have health issues, transportation problems, busy work schedules. Samantha Barrett additionally said, online services have allowed people who cannot physically get to church to stay connected to the life of the church. So the story is not just that people stop going to church. The bigger story is that people have moved from being a common weekly routine to something that looks different from person to person. Church attendance in America has changed because fewer people attend regularly, more Americans are religiously unaffiliated, and technology has allowed us to participate in different ways. For many, it means something completely different every single Sunday, but that's okay. Religion has not disappeared in America, it has just shifted.